presenting about optimizing the user experience for the new users and the existing users of the AI school platform. So there will be two parts to this recommendation, and the first part is the presentation of the content itself. Let's start off with why a good UX is important. So a good UX can actually increase user retention by 400%. And it can also lead to people being more engaged. Well, it can lead to higher user engagement with the content of the platform. And it can also quickly gain trust of the users from the get-go. So let's look at the current design of the AI school platform. And the first thing that you see is not what it's about. Like, the first thing I noticed personally is the white ad at the bottom left corner, the path, and the AI University custom tailor program, which by the way is a really good idea, but I still don't know what the website is about. And coming from like a point of view of a person who's just getting into machine learning, this is I guess a bit overwhelming for me. It's not just me. I asked a couple of my friends, and they also gave us similar feedback of it being too crammed together or there's too much happening. So the current design already has a lot of elements just coming out. It seems like all crammed together, as I mentioned before. And what it can do is it can fail to highlight the important parts of the website itself. Like I told you, I did not know what the website was about until I actually thoroughly started looking into it. Yeah. And if I was a new user, why would I want to spend my time? Right? My time is very precious to me. So that's why it can lead to a lot of users just leaving the platform right away before they even engage with the content itself. And the second is there's a lot of things happening at once, and what that could do is it could lead to a bad flow of content itself. I'll give you an example of going back to the design. So the first thing I see is not what the AI school is about or the content. I see the AI University, custom tailor platform, and I don't know if that's important to me yet or not. So already there's a bad flow of content and bad flow of information from the get-go. So a better design would be something like this, where when a person actually opens up the AI school platform, the first thing that their eyes go to is the AI school in the middle and a brief description of it. And below that is a bunch of courses that could be, that could be quickly sorted through using their level of learning. So in my case, I'm a beginner, so I can just click that and have all the beginner courses right from the get-go. And another thing we see is everything's very spaced out, so it's easier to see for the new user to, okay, this is what I need to do first, this is what I need to do second. So the good thing about this design is it's very similar to other platforms that are very similar, such as Udacity's Nano Degree page is very similar design, and a lot of ICOs whose main purpose is to get people's attention as quickly as possible, they're designed in a very similar manner. So with this design, it's getting users' attention and getting them to engage with the content is like the main focus. And so a better flow will lead to more better flow and better presentation will lead to more user retention, and that will lead to more people engaging with the content itself, whether it be developers or people who are just jumping into the field of AI like I am.
Okay, awesome. So this part of the recommendation is the content. So what we actually did is we went onto the AI school, and I put it in beginner, and then I clicked on custom vision service. And when I looked at custom vision service, I noticed that there's 3 modules. So I clicked on the first module, and it directed me to a GitHub page, and this was basically the README of the GitHub page. So I've been in artificial intelligence for quite a while, so I understood most of the content, but then I showed it to my dad, and my dad works at OpenText, and that's like a cloud computing business, and he's actually looking to integrate artificial intelligence into some of the products at OpenText, and he said he found this extremely confusing, and he's a beginner in artificial intelligence. So I thought that's a real problem, because the AI school, the mission and your approach is basically to get beginners, people advanced, and people in intermediate who have some knowledge in artificial intelligence and help them get the APIs and integrate it into their products. But if they weren't able to understand the README, then how are they able to execute this and apply it to their own products? So what I noticed was that there was a lot of words and there was a lot of code, but there was actually no visuals or images. And actually 65% of people are visual learners, and out of all the information transmitted to the brain, 90% is visual. So we came to a conclusion is that we needed to add more images and visuals. So we came to a conclusion that we should add more videos. So courses like Udacity and Udemy and Coursera, how they portray their information to their users and help them integrate and create like artificial neural network is that they actually show a demonstration and they show it through their videos. So there's a person who actually does a voiceover while they're actually creating the artificial neural network, and the user who's looking at the video, they pause the video, they create it themselves, and they do it multitasking. And that's actually huge, as they're able to learn the content and they're actually being able to execute the content. This also provides them that they're able to apply this knowledge and execute it and apply it to other products. So the 4 reasons for videos is the one, visual processing. Most people, they process images and visuals faster than actual text, so the users will actually be able to understand the information given to them faster and being able to implicate it in their own products. The second one is learning through demonstrations. So since there's a professional in artificial intelligence explaining how to integrate computer vision into their products, they're able to see exactly what he does and basically replicate it and copy exactly what he's doing so they can have successful results. The third one is on-the-job training. So while they're on the job, they're able to get the theory base of what the AI professionals telling them to do, and they're able to connect it with the image, and they're able to connect it to a visual piece so they can find the correlation between both. Because if you see with the README on the GitHub, it's basically just words. So they don't really have anything concrete to apply what they're actually looking at. So this is an example of a course I did. It was on Udemy, and when we're looking at the decision tree classifications, I noticed that everything was in one concise space. So if you clicked on the video, it would stay on the same page. But with the AI school, when you clicked on it, it would take you to a different page, which would be GitHub. And since there's 3 modules in the computer vision course on the AI school, that means you would have to go in 3 different tabs, and that's only beginner. So for more intermediate and advanced stuff, there's obviously going to be more modules and more tabs. So just to make it more concise, make it more efficient, and make it more easier for the users to navigate, we propose that the AI school, the format of the AI school takes on the Udemy and the Coursera and Udacity kind of implementation, where everything suppose the module is the course is decision tree classification, then the modules will be right under there and it would stay on the same page. And as you can see, this is what the video looks like, and then there's going to be there's a voice over it for the teacher to explain exactly what's going on. And this is the Coursera, so it doesn't just have to be videos, there's also articles, but the point is that it stays on the same page, so multiple tabs aren't open. Exactly. So I'm basically going to make an analogy of comparing an artificial neural network, or more like a deep learning neural network, to the user's experience. So with the bad artificial neural network, the weights on the synapses are not adjusted properly, and then the output is not optimized, and the cost function is not optimized. And that's because the weights aren't adjusted properly. So if you put it into the user's experience, the weights are basically how the teacher portrays and explains how to implement computer vision into the user's own product. But if the weights aren't adjusted as per the beginner, advanced, or intermediate levels, then the output will be that the user isn't able to successfully execute the product and apply it to whatever product they have in mind. So that's basically what it will look like if the information isn't being portrayed properly.
So I think it's very important to go back to the basics and understand what we're doing. So I basically went back because when I was looking at the website, I was kind of confused with our primary objective. Are you trying to educate students, beginners, or professionals? So I read some news articles online, and from what I understand, I think there are 2 goals. The first one is to fill the skill gaps in AI. So I think that's more student-oriented. So that would be more knowledge-focused on the knowledge transfer process. And the second one would be to market Microsoft's AI platforms, and that would be both for students and professionals. So that would be more skills and application focused, which would be rather different from the knowledge transfer process. So So we need to find a balanced combination of both. So right now I was just talking to Agosh about this. Right now it feels like combined together, not in a very structured way. So I think we need more generalized content, like both suitable for students, beginners, as well as professionals. And I think we maybe need more focus, just more focus towards divided focus, like this part is for students. If you're beginners, this is for you. And for professionals, this part is for you, how to use our platform. Instead of saying, this is how to use our platform, but are you exactly targeting students or professionals? And the last one will be application, which is focusing on the Microsoft AI platform prospect. So I think after the knowledge transfer process, we can integrate how Microsoft's platform can make your life easier and how this is why you should use us. So I think through this more balanced combination, we can make this AI school much more structured and much more clear to students as well as professionals.
Just summarizing most of the presentation in the first session, which is the presentation of the content itself, the key objectives would be creating a better UX design, which is I guess less crammed and it doesn't throw everything at you from the get-go. Rather, gives you information in a more balanced way. What this would do is it would actually increase user attention and also lead to more people, not clicking away right as soon as they get it. Because in today's world, UX matters more than anything. And I think people at Microsoft understand better than most people in the world do.
So for the content, we believe that we have to optimize the user's experience and make it as smooth and clear as possible so they can actually get value out of it. And the way to do it is to have clear videos and clear visuals so they're actually able to reference the theory and attach it to something visually concrete. The second was to provide demos and tutorials on the AI School website. So we noticed that you had a deep learning course and an artificial intelligence course on the AI School itself, but it actually led you to another page where it was a course and you had to apply for it. But adopting the Udacity, Udemy, and Coursera point of view, just having videos, on the AI School itself would just make it more valuable, would make it more concise for everyone. So that's who we are. Thank you.